Interestingly, we haven't seen the indictments yet. There's been some time lag. I suppose it will take some time to go through all the forensic, evidence.
The Harvey family is now in complete freefall, and this time the damage is impossible to hide as Lori Harvey finds herself at the center of a growing storm that could pull her stepfather Steve Harvey into the same legal and reputational collapse currently surrounding Diddy. For months we have watched the pressure build around Sean Combs, with raids, arrests and lawsuits stacking up. But what is emerging now goes far beyond his past and exposes a real-time betrayal inside one of Hollywood's most carefully controlled families. While the public focuses on the music mogul legal battle, insiders claim Lori Harvey is not just watching from the sidelines, but is allegedly sharing sensitive information with 50 Cent, Diddy's most outspoken rival, as he prepares another documentary that could finish what is left of the Combs empire. And if these claims are accurate, Steve Harvey is not an innocent bystander, but the very reason his stepdaughter is said to be angry enough to turn against him. Sources say Lori's involvement is strategic, calculated and deeply connected to her own history with Diddy, dating back to the summer of 2019 when images of them appeared across Italy, Mexico and New York, while Steve and Marjorie Harvey were reportedly present at gatherings that felt more like business meetings than family time. What was once framed as a brief romance between a young influencer and a powerful industry figure now looks far more troubling as Diddy faces federal scrutiny, and Lori is rumored to be opening up to investigators and filmmakers alike. And according to insiders, her anger is not limited to Diddy but is squarely aimed at Steve Harvey, who allegedly encouraged the relationship despite knowing Diddy's reputation and the circles he moved in. And if that is true, this story is no longer just celebrity gossip, but a potential public reckoning for a man who spent decades presenting himself as a symbol of integrity and moral authority.
Her mother is 54 years old. Her mother is 5 years older.
The timing of this moment could not be more critical, as Diddy legal team is reportedly racing to contain damaging evidence ahead of his May 2025 trial. While 50 Cent first documentary Sean Combs, The Reckoning, has already sent shockwaves through the industry, and now with a second installment in development, the pressure is reaching a breaking point because Lori Harvey is not just another source. She carries the Harvey name, which brings influence, access and first-hand insight into the overlap between Diddy world and her stepfather connections. Steve Harvey and Diddy relationship stretches back decades, with public appearances, shared stages and friendly moments captured at major events. And in 2019 those same smiles were on display as Lori and Diddy traveled internationally under the narrative of a harmless romance. But if the version of events Lori is allegedly sharing is what 50 Cent plans to reveal, the public may soon discover how deeply Steve Harvey was connected to Diddy's inner circle, and whether he used his power and trust to guide his stepdaughter into a situation she now deeply regrets.
With the series, with the film?
I mean, I think the intention is to give a more full-bodied experience to what happened, from the people that agreed to sit down and to participate. And I feel like the film asks a lot of questions, maybe more questions are asked than answers given.
This story is not just about a failed romance, it is about power, leverage and consequences, because Lori Harvey is not a naive outsider. She is a successful model with major brand deals, millions of followers, and a lifetime of front-row access to how celebrity power really works through her stepfather. So when she allegedly tells people close to her that Steve Harvey knew exactly the kind of environment Diddy operated in and still encouraged the relationship, the implications explode far beyond personal betrayal, raising the possibility of legal exposure, endorsements at risk, and serious questions surrounding a man who built his empire on family values, now facing scrutiny over what he knew, and when he knew it, about one of the most controversial figures in hip-hop history. And if Lori's alleged cooperation with 50 Cent results in real evidence like emails, text messages, or even casual remarks caught on camera, Steve Harvey's carefully protected public image could collapse overnight. And while Lori's reported anger may be the spark, the fallout is already spreading faster than anyone expected.
As I said, never before seen footage of the days leading up to his arrest. Can you just talk a little bit about, was there anything that surprised you from that footage?
The footage, well, I mean, I think it's rare to find someone who's being, talked about all over the country. All eyes were on him, so to speak. And it was really interesting to see his last days of freedom, you know.
And this story is no longer just about Diddy, because we have seen how scandals like this spread first as a single accusation, then as a clear pattern, and eventually as an entire network. And in Diddy's case, that network touches some of the biggest names in entertainment, with Usher publicly distancing himself and making it clear he would never allow his own children near Diddy's circle after his teenage experiences, while Justin Bieber's team has gone completely silent as old footage of him around Diddy resurfaces, and now with Lori Harvey allegedly preparing to reveal what really happened during those 2019 trips her parents were present for, the focus shifts from simple judgment to deeper accountability, raising questions about what Marjorie Harvey knew, and whether the Harvey family as a whole helped normalize a relationship that in hindsight resembles grooming rather than romance, because those trips to Italy, Mexico and New York were not secretive flings. Her parents were there dining, posing and participating, while Steve Harvey never publicly addressed the massive age gap, the imbalance of power, or the troubling reputation that has since become the subject of federal investigations. And now in 2025, with Diddy behind bars, with 50 Cent documentary team hunting for proof, and with Lori allegedly ready to speak openly, the Harvey family silence has become a serious liability, because the same industry that once treated Diddy like royalty is now shunning him, and history shows that when one powerful figure falls, everyone connected to him soon follows.
Look, I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
Yeah, and I want to ask about that, because how did you go about getting the footage, and do you know the intent of the videographer, why he or this person took the footage?
She's a journalist, right?
Yeah.
So she's not going to reveal her sources, so you don't have to reveal that.
Yeah.
And this is where the real danger begins, because this story is not only about Lori anger or Steve alleged involvement, but about the system that made it all possible, as lawsuits continue to surface and testimonies from former bad boy artists like Quay from Day 26 describe disturbing experiences, including waking up disoriented in a basement with cameras rolling after what he claims was an intoxication incident at Diddy home, while other accounts detail so-called rite of passage moments at the infamous white parties where young aspiring stars allegedly faced pressure and coercion disguised as career opportunities. And now with Lori Harvey name connected to those same circles, the Harvey family role is no longer a minor detail but a possible smoking gun, because if Steve Harvey had even a basic awareness of the environment Diddy created, and still encouraged his stepdaughter to be part of it, that represents more than a personal mistake. It signals a complete moral collapse, and in an era where public backlash no longer stops at individuals but destroys entire brands, Steve Harvey, once untouchable empire, is suddenly standing on very fragile ground.